Hey everybody, welcome back to Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff. I'm back down here at the Crow's Nest Artist Collective where I teach some classes and work part-time. One of the classes that I teach is wood turning. I've just finished up another class and I thought it might be of benefit to some of you to do a little compare and contrast between the two lathes that I use here. This is my Laguna 1216 that I've had for a couple of years. This is the shop's Rikon 70-100 that we've been using for a couple of months. And I think I'll do a little sort of somewhat unfair comparison between these two lathes and help you decide whether you want to be in the $500-ish range for your lathe purchase or whether going up to the $1,000-ish purchase might be of value to you. We paid for these lathes from a local tool dealer, the full asking price at time of purchase. I have no affiliation with either of these companies, not being compensated in any way for this discussion. Let's get into it. We'll talk about the pros and cons of both models and help you make a decision on where you want to be in your buying strategy. Come on, let's talk. Okay, so I have individual videos on both of these units, the unboxing and setup and first thoughts on the 1216 and on the Rikon 70-100 that I will leave links to down in the description and possibly popping up in the corner for you right now. So if you want to check those out individually, I'm more than happy to have you do that. But let's get into what you get in a $500 lathe and let's get into what we don't get in a $500 lathe compared to what we do get in a $1,000-ish lathe. We'll start with the Rikon. Has six belt locations that determine the speed at which that spins. On the Laguna, we have 3 belt positions. But within each of those gears, we are fully adjustable with the variable speed. So much more what would we say? Much more control over the speed at which you're turning, much quicker with the knob versus the belt changes. The belt changes on the Rikon are quick and painless, but you have 6 preset speeds versus essentially an infinite number of speeds. We also have a digital readout on the Laguna to tell you how fast you're spinning at any given time. Over here, you just kind of have to know what speed each of those are. I do prefer the shape of the Laguna tool rest over the Rikon tool rest. That's maybe a personal preference. I wouldn't say that that's a distinguishing factor between the $500 and the $1,000 range. That's more of a brand-to-brand situation. The tool holding on the Rikon is around the back side of the headstock in terms of where you're going to put your spurs and knockout blocks and things. It's made of the cheapest plastic known to man. I do not have a lot of confidence in that holding up over time. Don't have as much room for holding accessories on the Laguna, but it's a 2 on the headstock. Much better design. Again, not a difference between $1,000 and $500, a difference between Laguna and Rikon. Another feature that we get over on the Laguna for $1,000 that we don't get on the $500 Rikon is reverse. We got a switch right here where we can be going forwards. We can switch this guy like that, and now we're going backwards. Do you need to be able to go backwards? No. Is it super nice, especially for sanding? Yes, it absolutely is. It also, last but not least, I would say, is this lathe has a spot for a bed extension over here, which I do have, which allows us to turn outboard So it gives us another 2 inches of capacity. So on the outboard side of this lathe, I can actually turn a 16-inch bowl. I have had this lathe for 3 years. Have I ever used that feature? No. But is it nice to know that I could? Absolutely. Another creature comfort on the Laguna versus the Rikon, which might not seem like a big deal, but I'm kind of disappointed about the lack of it over there, is the fact that this tailstock, when you fully peel this back, it automatically ejects. That, well, it's mandrel saver on this one, but it ejects your, whatever you're using in that end by just pulling this all the way back, and then you get back to there and give it one more crank and it pops out. Whereas this one, we peel this all the way back to where we can't anymore, and that's still jammed in to your Morse taper on your tailstock. So you're gonna have to use a knockout bar to get that tool out versus the automatic eject action that we've got over here. This, on the Rikon, our spindle lock is a turn and pull action and then a release action like that. Over on the Laguna, we've got a button that locks your spindle, and we can also lock using this guy over here. So that's I don't know if that's a deal breaker at all for anybody, but just a different system of spindle lock. What else can we talk about? Essentially, their speed ranges and their capacity are exactly the same. Laguna 12-16, 12-inch swing, 16-inch leg, spindle capacity, exactly the same as the Rikon. So no difference there. The locking action I like better on the Laguna. That's now locked on the tailstock. It's not going anywhere. Now that's open and I can freely move. On the Rikon, it's a little more finicky. It has to be up for you to want to move it around, but it doesn't just live there. Like it'll just naturally in either direction on its own. So you kind of have to, as you're doing it, you have to kind of hold it. So it's more of a two-handy operation at times. The build quality on the $500 versus the $1,000, there are a few. It's not quite as smooth on the bed. It's not quite as smooth on the banjo. I mean, it's the. Let's talk and say, yeah, let's talk. They're both quality lathes. Can you stop at a $500 lathe and get a hell of a lot of work done? Absolutely. If I was going from this to this, maybe I wouldn't spend the extra money. I don't want to go from this to that. Is it worth it? The reason you're watching this, probably, is it worth it to spend the extra $500? Maybe. It is very, very nice to be able to dial in your speed as opposed to swapping belts around. It's very nice to know how fast you're spinning at any given time with the digital readout versus trying to remember which speed each of those belts are. That's really the main difference, I would say. The company's equally reputable. The warranty is probably a little better over here. I don't know. You have to make your own decisions. I'm not here to tell you not to buy a $500 lathe, because that's perfectly fine. If you can swing it, I do think that the creature comforts over here are worth the additional investment. Like I said, I would not want to go. I don't enjoy turning on that one because I have turned for years on this one. So maybe that helps, maybe it doesn't. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions about either of these units. I'm happy to answer them. If you have anything that you wish I would have talked about but didn't, let me know. Till next time, stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Go buy that lathe that you're thinking about. Get spinning. Bye for now.